Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? We are back again. Okay, y'all gonna get tired of me because I've been away and I feel like I gotta make it up to y'all with content. So, earlier today, I did a video about a woman who had gotten pregnant. She lost the baby and continued the pregnancy or the appearance that she was pregnant until it was time for delivery. A niece of the baby daddy pretty much called her out about it. And today we have her with us to basically give her side of the story. So I'm going to recap what was said, and then she's going to tell me from her mouth basically her side of the situation. So what was said was, let me move myself over. Let me move myself over right here. So someone basically took to Instagram, and it says, "Today, August 10th, my uncle's world was literally crushed today. Our family has experienced something we never thought we would. July 29th, my uncle's daughter was due. The woman he created life with has lied to him and our entire family for 41 weeks. They did not have the best relationship during these 41 weeks. He missed out on a couple of months due to the behavior she had. She has moved up to our family home multiple times, causing issues, which led our family to miss a few months by cutting her off until the baby was supposed to be born. During the months we did not see her, she sent my mom sonograms and communicated with her, which is my uncle's big sister. In June, him and her were able to put the issues aside and move forward for the sake of the baby. July 10th, our family hosted a baby shower. We bought a lot of gifts and all of the decorations. Thank God I have an event center, or we would have paid for that as well. For the past few months, she had my uncle taking her back and forth to the doctor. He never went in the back because she said COVID guidelines at Howard Hospital were still in effect. When he couldn't make it due to work, other family members took her. When her due date passed at one of the final appointments, she said the baby was breached and that they were scheduling a C-section. Well, the day they showed up to the hospital, they got the Holy Cross. They got two Holy Cross. They told her they messed up the registration for her and she was at the wrong hospital. They then went to Inova Hospital in VA, and apparently they knew she wasn't pregnant and just sent them back to the Howard because they didn't know how to tell him the truth. Once they were back at Howard Hospital at 6 for a C-section, today around 9 a.m., he was asked to come into a room where he was escorted with hospital security. The news was broken to him that she lost the baby months ago. So, we have her here, and we are going to get her side. So, you can unmute your mic. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. So, explain to us what happened. So you were pregnant and you continued to basically pretend that you were still pregnant. Okay, tell us why, and just give us the backstory.
Okay, so first of all, me and him had experienced a tragic miscarriage last year already. So when I got pregnant again, we were both excited for this baby. Even though he said some hurtful things to me when he first found out, like because we weren't on good terms, because we was going through things, because we were both depressed from the first miscarriage. Even though he said some hurtful things to me, we both gathered our feelings and accepted the fact we were about to have a baby, and we were excited about that. And I know how much the first miscarriage damaged him, so I did not want to just, when it happened, I'm just like, I can't, like.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you right there. The people want to know why you're not on camera. So before I started the live, I verified on my end that it was her. So I had her show me herself. But explain to them why you don't want to be on camera, because they're asking in the comments why you're not on camera.
First of all, I went through a very bad suicidal attempt stage yesterday because of this, and I do not want my face plastered no more.
Okay.
At all.
So you didn't want yourself out there any longer?
No, it's to get into a point where it's kind of messing with my mental health right now, and I'm trying to give people an explanation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to give people an explanation on what's going on, but at the same time, I still got to protect myself.
But your picture is already out there anyways, right?
Yeah, it is, and I'm working on having that taken down too.
Okay. All right. So start us back. So you got pregnant by him and you guys had a miscarriage. So
Yes,
then you guys both were very excited for baby number 2 because this was going to be, a better pregnancy. You,
at least I thought so, but it wasn't.
okay. So you then had another miscarriage?
Yes.
Okay. So,
After that one, I did not tell him the second time. Not just because of protecting him, but also because I couldn't talk to him because he had a peace order on me from an incident of us getting into it.
so you
So
couldn't talk to
from
him. He had a what? A restraining. What is a peace order? Is that a restraining
yeah,
order?
yes, that's a restraining order in DC.
Okay.
Okay, so once he got that, I could not talk to him at all. He didn't lift it until the end of May. So at the end of May, yes, I could have told him then, but I just didn't know how. So I continued on with this, and we continued on with this belief. And I tried to push not to have the baby shower. Like I didn't want to do it, but then I ended up doing it because I didn't know what to say. Like, why am I going to tell him that I don't want to do it when he still thinks, you know what I'm saying? At the baby shower, I did cry. Yes, I did because I felt terrible. Like this is not happening. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So after that, I started meeting with a doctor. I'm not going to say her name because I already said her name enough today. And they already butchering and bashing her. But a doctor at Howard Hospital, me and her were talking. We were having counseling meetings. She was trying to talk me through it and how to tell him. But she said she cannot disclose my medical records with him without my permission. So she was not going to tell him. But she was definitely trying to work me through telling him. But I still didn't.
So what what
So
what were you so afraid of telling him?
it wasn't me being afraid. Everybody keeps saying I was afraid. I was not afraid of him. I wasn't afraid of them. It was the way the situation went the first time. His hurt turned into anger, and we just began being so hateful towards each other. I didn't want to go through that again.
Elaborate on that. So you guys were being hateful because you had a miscarriage, like he was treating you mean. What was going
Yeah,
on?
like really bad. Like we would get into it like every day, and it wasn't. I'm not saying this because he's just an evil person, but like he was hurt. He didn't know how to show his hurt, and that's fine. But nobody wants to go through that twice.
Mm-hmm. So you
So
felt
that's
like you were protecting him?
I kind of felt like I was protecting him, but now that I just think about it, I could have said something because
Mm-hmm.
now it's like it's too far and he's beyond hurt. Not only is he hurt, but humiliated too. So I feel like I could have avoided the humiliation part of it and told him earlier.
Mm-hmm. Because I
I own up.
mean,
I own up to my wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just speaking on what happened and how it went.
okay.
Like I know I'm completely 100% wrong, and I would never sit on here and say I'm right. But I'm going to tell my side of the story.
Okay. So what I want to know, and I just want to understand from the perspective of somebody on the outside. When you had, you had went forward with this and you went through with the baby shower. Now it's leading up to this delivery of this breech baby. What were you expecting to happen once you got to the
Nothing.
hospital?
I wasn't expecting anything to happen. Me and the doctor were talking about. We were having conversations about how we were going to sit him down and talk to him the day we went up there. It was never going to be. Everybody keeps saying I planned on stealing the baby and doing this and that. I did not. We planned on telling him, sitting him down like we did.
Okay, so the doctor.
Me, the doctor, and him, we sat down and had a conversation, and she explained to him.
Oh, okay, so the doctor
He
is the
didn't just
one.
randomly find out by there being no baby. Like I made it my business to have the doctor and me talk to him and tell him and come out and tell him the truth.
Okay, so basically, it wasn't really a plan that you really were going to go through with this this birthing. You had set an appointment at this time with the doctor that you guys were going to break the news to him.
Yes, we sat down and had that conversation, everything. The screenshots I sent you was after he found out when he left out the hospital. After me and him had a conversation, we had a conversation with the doctor. The doctor left out the room to give us time to talk to each other. We talked to each other. It was no bad blood left between the two of us. He said what he said in those messages that I sent you, and we left it on a peaceful note. His family decided to take to social media to do this. And now I feel like definitely I could have saved him the humiliation.
Okay. So have you spoken to him since his family basically put you on blast?
No, I'm not going to speak to him.
You're not going to speak to him?
No, I'm not going to speak to him because I feel like if we said what we had to say, when you got home and your family decided to act a certain way, you still should have spoke up. Like, I don't want this humiliation. Now it looked like I did this to humiliate you when it's not that.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to speak to him because you feel like he should have had his family not blast you on the internet?
No, not just blast me. It's not even about me. They blasted him too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even just about me.
Oh, okay. Are you open to take questions from the audience?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna drop the link. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask, put Q in front of it and then ask your question like that. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat if anybody wants to come up and speak. But there has been, a lot of different situations where, women continue on, with the pregnancy and all that. What was the situation with the hammer? I heard in the
That was a
comments.
situation that happened when me and him got into an altercation. And I came to his house to fight him with a hammer. That was before all of this.
Okay, so while I'm putting the link in the chat, tell us about that, because a lot of people were saying something about you had the hammer since you were attached to the something. I just skimmed through the comments. I didn't.
Said they reading the story that I posted, and I guess the neighborhood posted it. And I said they took my hammer, and I had a bond with the hammer, but I was just trying to lighten up the situation. It wasn't like that was dead serious. But I was telling my side of the story, and I tried to lighten up the situation a little bit because actually it's very depressing.
Oh, okay. Because I went to your page and it wasn't there no more. So you were saying
It
that
wasn't never posted on my page. It was on my close friends.
Oh, and somebody took it off your close friends and gave it to the neighborhood talk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm trying to post this link, child. Hold on one second.
You know what I'm really...
Hold on one second. Let me put the link in the chat. Somebody said, question, are you getting now, or I guess they meant, are you getting help now for your mental health?
Actually, no.
No?
I just deal with things by myself. I'm going to isolate myself until I deal with it. That's just how I deal with stuff.
Somebody said, why did you lie about pregnancy? Did you tell your friends and family?
It wasn't a fake pregnancy. I don't know why everybody keeps saying that. It was an early miscarriage that I did not tell him about.
Oh, okay. Well, I seen a comment too. Somebody said like, well, she didn't fake her pregnancy because she actually was pregnant. But just to be honest, anytime after there was no longer a baby and you continue to say that there was a baby, that is faking a pregnancy. Do you get that?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to bring somebody up. Hold on. Nifa?
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna be respectful. I just have one question. You mentioned that there was a protection of peace order, and I was wondering why did he feel the need to get a
Because
protection
of
order
the hammer
against you?
situation. We got into it with that hammer before I had my miscarriage. When it was in January 31st, actually, me and him got into it outside of his house, and I had a hammer threatening to bust the windows on his car, and he got that peace order that night.
Can I ask why you wanted to do that? Like, what was going
We
on?
got into arguments like this, heated arguments like this a lot. It wasn't a specific one where it wasn't a specific one where it was a certain situation.
So would you guys be physical with each other? Is that what it was? Or you
No,
would
I
just be
was never
physical?
going to. Okay, I said in the messages that the neighborhood talk, I threatened to bust his windows, but I was never going to do it. I just wanted to get him to come out the house.
Oh,
So I
okay.
texted him like, "I'm about to bust your windows,"
All
and he
right, let
came
me just
outside.
pull
It
up the
was never.
neighborhood talk what they posted so we could read it because I didn't even read through it. I just skimmed through the comments. I didn't even read through the. So let's just all get on the same page and see what. All right,
Nick, can I ask one more question?
go ahead.
Hmm.
So, Raya, do you do that often? Like, do you just lose your cool often in that relationship? Like, would you say that was a toxic relationship?
No, I didn't
And
lose
maybe
my
you're
cool that
thinking like
much
having
in
a
the
baby
relationship.
would keep
We
him?
argued, but I didn't lose my cool like that till that night because I felt like I was fed up with a lot of the going back and forth. So I didn't lose my cool like that all the time. That was one situation that happened. We have never got into it like that bad ever again or before that.
I'm only saying that because Nick read the caption of, I guess, one of his aunties saying that it was fighting at this house when you moved in and then you moved out.
They
So
fought
it's
my. No, I didn't move in and move out. That's see, this story is all jumbled up. I didn't move in and move out. I moved in a month ago. I just moved out now because all this stuff is going on. Yes, I'm not gonna go back there after all of this is going on. I'm being posted and all this other stuff. Would you go back there after that? No.
I just don't think you telling us the full story, but it's really none of my business. But I'm just
It's
trying
yours,
to
not your
piece it
business. So get
together
the
to make.
fuck.
Okay, I said I was gonna be respectful, so thank
Well,
you,
this her
Raya,
sister,
for.
and y'all asking a lot of questions that don't have shit to really do with y'all. You saying it's not your business, so bitch, get on.
Ooh.
Okay, all right, Raya's sister. I hope you have a God bless
Yeah,
day, baby.
yep, and I am. Bye, bitch.
Okay, boo. Real salty.
Nah,
Ooh.
bitch, you gonna be real salty.
All right, well
How? What you gonna
let's
do?
keep it respectful on both sides. I think that when stories like this happen, a lot of people
And so no,
try
I
to
feel like when stories like
understand
this
the
happen,
thought process behind it. They try to
a lot of people
understand.
try to understand the thought process behind it, but if you're not mentally going through things that I've been through my whole entire life, you're not going to understand. So don't try to understand. Ask questions that you want to know, but don't come judgmental because you don't know how I
I
felt
don't think I
mentally.
was judgmental at
Cause
all.
you're
I
like,
just
oh, you're not
from the
telling the whole
jump.
story. She telling you what you're asking. She don't have to tell you shit. She chose to get on here.
They got the story and got, so
But
y'all hearing
Raya said
stuff
she
from
was going
them.
to answer some questions, so I'm being
Y'all
respectful, big
mixing
sister.
all these different parts of the story. That's what's happening.
Well,
But we
no,
going off of what
I
the
think
The
she was
boyfriend
just
hammer
say.
going off
situation,
of what.
the hammer situation and the fight that she mentioned was way two different times. That was two different times, and the fight didn't involve me. It involved somebody else in my family.
Who getting paid? The phone?
The fight that she mentioned did not involve me. It involved someone else in my family.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a situation. I'm sure your sister can hear me. It's a lot of women who can benefit off of hearing the side of a person who's been through it, and maybe by her telling her side, they can be more comfortable if they're ever faced with something
It's
like
not a
this.
problem with her telling her side. It's the way she just tried to come like, oh, I don't believe you're telling the whole truth. Who the fuck is you to tell
I
her she's
didn't
not telling
say
the truth?
that, big sister. I
You
did
said
not
I feel
say
like you're not
that.
telling the whole story. That's what
I
you
said I feel like you're
said.
not telling the whole story. I
And
mean,
if
if she
she's
gonna
not,
come
that's
on
not
here,
your business. Don't If you get on here to ask her questions, but don't tell
but
her that
I've been
she's
real
not telling you
respectful,
everything.
big sister. That's you with the rah rah though.
Yeah, and I got the rah rah what? Y'all keep
Okay,
bringing up
but
this hammer that your
I'm
ass can
trying
get
to
hammered
talk to
with
your
too.
sister. It seems like you might need to go
Yeah.
mind your business.
Girl, like
I'm
I
saying,
said, if you gonna let her talk, you gonna ask her questions, she gonna answer them. If you think she lying, that's on you.
I didn't say
All right, all right,
that.
all right,
So
all
You
right,
it's
all
said
right, all
she's
right.
not
Well, we
telling
don't
the
want
whole
to, we don't want to
story.
turn this, we don't want to turn this back and forth, back and forth. If Raya isn't comfortable asking questions,
it's
then
not that I'm not comfortable asking questions. She's only offended because that girl just said, "I don't think you're telling the whole truth." If you
I
don't
did
think
not
that,
say.
if you don't think that, then okay, that's fine. There's a
I
lot
said
of
I feel
people
like I'm
saying
not
it.
getting the whole story, and I was
No,
just trying to piece
you're
it
getting parts
together.
of the story. When you ask me about a certain part, I explain it. It's no
Right.
to tell the whole story would take hours.
okay. All right. So all right, so we're going to reset. Let's I'm going to put you backstage, Nifa. Hold on one second. So we can go forward because like I said, a lot of people wanted to hear your side, but if it's gonna be like combative or defensive, because I don't feel like Nifa was rude or disrespectful, then at that point, I mean, we could end it here. I just don't want it to be very combative and cursing back and
I'm not
forth
trying
and
to
doing all of
argue with
that.
anyone, but at the same time, I don't need the extra because I'm already going through enough. I'm already going through enough death threats and everything in my DMs. I don't need the extra.
Yeah, I just think people want to hear from you, so it's up to you if we
I'm
go
okay
forward.
with answering questions.
Okay. Prosperity thick.
Hey,
Hey, go ahead.
I just wanted to know, did you not feel like it said y'all went to more than one hospital? Did you not think that you would tell him the truth in between the car rides to the next hospital or
When we went
before?
to the first hospital, I was going to tell him there, but he ended up bringing his whole family, and I was going to tell him in front of all of them.
And then the second one, the same thing?
The second one, no. She sent us back to Howard to my original hospital, and that's where the doctor was that I had planned to tell him with.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to know that because it was just like the car rides. There was a lot of time that y'all could have talked before.
Yeah, and I used to cry in them car rides, but he just never knew why.
So he never asked you, like, he never talked to the doctor when he said that Denise said that you kept saying it was COVID rules, so he couldn't go in the back. He never said, okay,
He never
well,
even came in the hospital at all once I told him that. He just sat outside and waited for me to leave my appointments.
Somebody in the
okay, but I
comments
feel like
said,
that's
wait.
partly his
All right, I'm
response.
gonna pause. I'm gonna pause y'all for a second. Somebody in the comments said, Neek, you should be the one asking questions. I already asked her the questions that I wanted to ask about it. If I have follow-up questions, then I will. At this time, I'm letting the audience ask questions. So it's the audience who are able to, and the night owls are able to be respectful. So that's what we're doing. Go ahead, Prosperity.
Okay, but at the same time, we do still have to put some of this responsibility on him because what person like doesn't you don't want to go in the hospital, you don't want to ask questions like he believed it's like he wanted to believe some of this as well because who doesn't go and ask like is it a COVID problem? If I keep going to the hospital with you and you keep telling me it's COVID, you don't ask questions to the front desk or you don't call a doctor or nothing. That's like crazy to me that he would just believe that it's COVID and okay, I'm just gonna sit out here. And then she also said family took her
And
to the hospital, so
he
they
only
believed it
did
too.
that the last month of my pregnancy, the last month of it. The whole time I was going by myself. He only did. They keep saying he was taking me back and forth like he was doing it the whole 9 months. He only did that the last month of it.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. You was doing it the whole 9 months because they also said, and
No,
when
we
he
had a
couldn't
peace
do it,
order
the
from
family was
February to
taking
May,
you.
so he wasn't even around me from that time. From February to May, he wasn't even around me at all because we had a peace order.
But that's all I had to ask because I just couldn't believe that somebody would believe that, like, without asking questions for themselves. And then he said the family also took you, so nobody in the family thought to go and ask either. Like,
His cousin
that sounds
took me
crazy.
like twice, and she didn't go in either. She sat outside.
Yeah, so like I said, he partly to blame for not knowing as well because I don't know people that don't ask questions and don't want to be in a room, and so you're going to check and be like, Is it true that I can't go up with her or something? Somebody gonna ask something.
All righty. Thank you, Prosperity.
Thank you. Y'all have a safe one.
All righty. All right, Brown Eye. Brown Eye, you there? Unmute your mic if it's muted. I can't hear you if you're talking.
I think it's the connection.
Brown Eye, are you there? Unmute your mic. All right, go out and come back in. J. Marie?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to say something. I just read, a little bit about the story, but I kind of agree with her sister. We really don't know everything about them and what they're going through. So the fact that she's willing to come on here and, share with everybody exactly what, she wants to say, I think everybody should be respectful about that. Because again, we have no idea exactly what got her to the point she was at. And
well,
the guy
I think
did
that's
go
kind of
along
what
with
we're
it.
trying to figure out. I don't think that, to be honestly, I if I feel like the night owls are being disrespectful, I'm gonna tell them like, but I honestly didn't feel like she was being disrespectful.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't really think she was being disrespectful. I'm just saying I understand why her sister probably, felt that way because she's going through a lot and we don't know everything that she's been through. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I meant. Is we got to just be respectful of the fact that she's willing to come on here and talk. Most people wouldn't even do that. I just wanted to give her props for doing that. And again, see it from another, you're welcome. We see it from our standpoint. We have no idea what these people went through that nobody else know about. So she got to that point for some reason, got her there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we're trying to figure out because there's a lot of stories that have been happening like this. I've been covering, stories, and to talk to somebody who actually has went through this, like I kind of want to understand the process and how other women can better process that fear of not wanting to break the other person's heart or, whatever it is. So
I just want to add one more thing, and I'm not taking up for anyone because again, I don't know her personally, but speaking to someone who did miscarry, I may not have went that route, but that's some trauma mentally. I'm telling you, it's been 10 years and I'm still not over it. So again, it's a lot that goes on with that people may never understand. And that's just reality.
All righty. Well, thank you.
I like your show. I really love your show, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those of you in the chat who want to come on, the link is pinned to the top. You click the link and then you could come on with audio. Funny Blacks, hello, are you there?
Yo, what up? What's going on?
Hey.
That was good. I'm not 100% sure about the story and everything like that. I just feel like if it was done with malicious intent on tricking a person that, is excited about having a child for the first time or whatever the case is, I think it was kind of messed up. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't done for malicious intent. We talked about this, we planned this, and it was hurtful for me. So I knew it would have been hurtful for him.
So you planned to fake a child with him and he was with it?
No, that's not what happened. What I'm saying is we planned a kid. So when I had a miscarriage, it was hurtful to me. So I knew it would be hurtful for him. That is what I said.
I get that, but you got this man running around getting food for you and all of that just at the end of the trick.
This is what I'm saying. They are telling the story wrong. I just went there probably like a few weeks ago. Like 2-3 weeks ago. I just went over there. Before that, he wasn't doing that stuff.
He wasn't doing what?
She's basically saying that he has not been taking care of her whole pregnancy. He's only done it in the last month. That's what she's saying.
But it was still wrong nevertheless, no?
Yeah,
well, I never said it was right. But what I'm saying is y'all saying he was doing all this for 9 months and he wasn't.
Oh, no, I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. I'm not going to assume the 9 months. I'm just saying, like we all adults here. If somebody was to trick me, I don't care if I was doing it for any type of time and it was still wrong. Just like if I was to trick somebody.
And it wasn't like he was just doing stuff. I should have sent you the screenshot of that too. We was sending each other money back and forth for certain things. So that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there, neither. Why they trying to act like I just got him to spend so much money?
So you know you was wrong. You just didn't let him know earlier. You just felt like
Yeah,
you couldn't tell him.
yeah. I said that's what I've been saying.
So you were scared to let him know, or what?
It wasn't that I was scared. We went through one before.
You went through a miscarriage before.
Yes, we went through one before
That's how-
together, and it was nothing good that came from it. Like his hurt turned to anger, and we started being very hateful and spiteful towards each other. And I didn't want to deal with that again.
But you are dealing with it now, since the truth
I'm
is
not dealing with it because he's not saying anything to me. Me and him had a peaceful conversation. It's his family that has the issue. Me and him had a peaceful conversation and agreed to part ways peacefully, and his family is turned up.
Right, but what I'm saying is
I'm not dealing with that from him. I don't care about how people on the internet feel. I care about how he feel. If he don't feel like we at a hateful stage, I'm cool with that.
All right, so this is what she
It's the
said that he
internet
sent
and
her.
everybody else who feels some type of way.
All right, so I'm gonna
The way
read
he
what you
feels
said that
is
he
not-
sent you. Hold on one second. All right, so in a text he sent her, it says, this is my peaceful goodbye. It was nice knowing you. You was a nice person. I enjoyed my life with you. We've been through a lot, but keeping something like that away from me like that scarred me for life. I could never look at you the same no more in life or be around you. This is too much to take in right now. Just send somebody to my house to get the rest of your stuff. I don't want to be around at or see you no more. I wish you the best. Hope you get the help you need out here because I could never look at you the same no more. I'm emotionally torn from this. Please just keep the peace. I'm not and I won't be home. Hold on, let me see the rest. I'm not and I won't be home. I enjoyed my life with you. We've been through a lot, but keeping something like that away from Wait, did you send me the same one twice?
Did I? You got to read the bottom. That's why I sent it again. So, because the bottom piece cut off.
Oh, okay. Wait. Hold up.
You read everything he said except for the "just leave me alone" part.
Oh, okay. It says, I'm emotionally torn from this. Please just keep the peace. I'm not, and I won't be home. I don't want to be bothered at all by nobody. Please just leave me alone. Okay. So this is what you're referring to when you said that he ended things peacefully and he didn't have a problem.
No, we had a conversation at the hospital too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that and our hospital conversation we had.
Okay.
At the hospital, like he said, we just going to agree to part ways. I heard him, and we're going to agree to part ways peacefully, like he said in the text message.
So do you respect what he said?
Yes, I haven't bothered him. If I didn't respect him, I would have been pressing the issue after that.
But
I didn't say
it was
anything.
childish. It was childish on your behalf to do that. That is kind of bullshit on your behalf. You got to be honest. You got to be real.
But who said I wasn't wrong? That's what I'm saying. Y'all
No, hold on. Let me say this really fast though. I'm not knocking you, but you gotta be. I gotta hold you accountable for your actions.
I held myself accountable.
I think she did say that she was accountable.
Exactly.
Funny Black. I think that she did say that she knows that she's wrong.
I held myself accountable.
Wait a minute.
As a man listening to this, I would have listen. That's not cool for any man. I'm just saying as an example, right? If I'm a man expecting a baby, if we had a miscarriage, if we had another one, I could be very understanding. I understand that everybody
he
has
wasn't
their
very
own
understanding
ideas.
the first time.
But if it happened, at least, I mean, this time you kind of stretched the lie out now. Like, you lied. This time, you lied to the point.
I know that. And
yeah, but she is taking accountability for it, and she did say she was wrong. So just wait 1 second, Funny Blacks. We're going to go to Preach. Go ahead, Preach.
Oh, no, I was just, hello. Thank you for letting me on your platform.
Hey.
So I was listening to the situation, and I was trying to put myself, hold on real quick. Yeah, I was trying to put myself in his shoes and try to say, well, how would I feel about that? Now, on this side of it, it's like I would be mad if she got an abortion. and didn't say nothing. But having a miscarriage and not saying nothing, it's like this person's hopes is up and you dash their hopes. I mean, I'm not saying the man can't feel how you feel, but and it's hard, and you can't sit there and tell somebody, oh, it could have been worse. Like, you can't downplay how somebody feel. Depending on how long y'all been together, how long y'all been trying at this, you see what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know, maybe he feels betrayed more than anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna hide that from him when he tried his best to make sure you felt, well, I mean, maybe you didn't feel comfortable because you said after you said it the first time y'all had problems, right?
Can you
Is
still
that
hear
what you
me?
said?
Can I still hear
After
me? Somebody called.
Oh, no, that's cool. You said after the first time it happened, you told him, and off rip he got upset, right?
He didn't. He didn't immediately get upset.
But
He
he was
was
mad about
hurt,
it.
but that hurt turned into anger. You know how you dealing with some hurt, and then
Well,
you just started going
I,
off on people.
yeah, it's the stages of grief. He was grieving during that time.
So
But
that's
yeah, he had to grieve. Maybe he didn't do it in the healthiest way possible. That's not your fault. You see what I'm saying? Um, but you is trying to do something that's highly emotional. You see what I'm saying? And you saw how he reacted the first time. And you wanted to avoid that same reaction. That makes sense. That makes good sense. I don't know. Maybe y'all don't communicate as well as y'all should with one another. You see what I'm saying? Because he could grieve in a different way because and still keep how you feel in mind. Because losing a baby is a big thing for a woman.
Mhm.
And a man's supposed to be a rock, right? I'm not downplaying him and how he feel. I'm just saying a man's supposed to be a rock. So
Yeah.
you're not supposed to automatically jump to getting mad. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you, Preach.
No problem.
All right. All right, Shay.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. First of all, Nick, I've been watching your show for years, but I don't never be saying nothing. I be in the bushes.
Well,
For
I'm
real.
glad you're talking today. Thanks for coming out the bushes.
But I never heard of this story before, right? I never heard of this situation before, but I just want to speak on it as a woman. Do I have an echo?
You fine. Go ahead.
As a woman and going through that once and just the grieving process behind losing a child that you expect to come into the world, and then your relationship sours behind that, and you try to patch it up, and then you fall pregnant again, and then you lose the baby. Like, that's traumatizing. And I don't know if anybody is um, taking into consideration the amount of trauma that
I think that people
this
know that it's
situation caused.
traumatizing, but I think that it's also not really an excuse to do that.
It's not an excuse. I'm not saying an excuse, but when traumatic things happen to people, you really can't, say or how a person will react, because unless you know what it feels like for a baby to pass away in your body and then have to be expelled from your body, like, and then, other situations happening behind that, people start hating you, your relationship is bad, people get mad at you, and then the internal, like, what's wrong with me and why I can't hold a baby? That, like, as a woman on a woman, something like that can hit very, very hard. So I'm saying, okay, yeah, there should have been a space where that discussion was had, but given that it wasn't, like, I understand it, and I understand from her perspective of, her saying that she wanted to protect him or whatever because he was going to be hurt again, but she wasn't all happy the whole time. Like, she dealt with that on a daily basis, knowing that her womb was empty. You know what I mean?
All
Like,
right.
her grief was prolonged as well. So it's kind of messed up, and I understand from both perspectives, but I'm just saying sometimes we got to just be a little patient with people's individual situations. And if I was her, I wouldn't be explaining nothing to nobody except for the family. And that's it.
All right. Raya, there was claims that you had done this before. There was
This is
people that was
this is
writing
what I'm
in.
saying.
Huh?
This is what I'm saying. People are talking about when I was 17, right? Me and the person I was in a relationship with was making a joke on Facebook and everybody ran with it. It was not like this situation. Nothing like this situation.
So you
And
guys were making a joke that you were pregnant?
yes. It was nothing like this situation. It was a joke, and then we got on live and said it was a joke.
Oh, okay. Because,
They are
yeah, there was like screenshots of something where you were saying that you were pregnant, and then they said that you said
I don't
you
even
weren't.
know. This is what I'm saying. Half of the people that she's getting so-called screenshots from, I don't even know. They just put in stories with my face just because she posted it. I don't know them people, and I kept trying to say that yesterday. I do not know them people.
Okay.
It was like she had a platform, and she started saying stuff, and random people just started saying, "Oh, she did this to me too," and I didn't even know them.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Brown Eye.
You fine. Go ahead.
You got to echo, Brown Eye. You got to echo. Unforgettable.
Hey, Neek.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay. To the lady that's on here that all this has happened to, first I want to say to you, everybody makes a mistake. But you human. You made this mistake. Forgive whatever has happened. Just forgive yourself. Is what I'm trying to say. Don't isolate. You're gonna have to face the music, but it's nothing wrong with getting some therapy. I mean, there's somebody that you can talk to that can help you with the grieving process. Okay. Next thing, not trying to be hard, but did anybody in your family help you when you had the second miscarriage? Did anybody in your family know?
No, I didn't talk to anybody. I did the same. I isolated myself as I always do. That's how I deal with my problems. I don't talk to anybody. I deal with them by myself.
Okay, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's what family is for. That's what friends are for. And if you can't talk to them, go to a therapist. You see, by law, they can't give you information now.
Raya, how old are you now? You said
24.
Huh?
I'm 24.
Oh, okay, you're 24. All right. Unforgettable. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get through some of these callers. GP.
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
Okay, I have a question for Raya. I mean, she unforgettable kind of went over. I was gonna ask her who went through this miscarriage with her. Well, yeah, went through it with her, but she said she went by herself. Y'all gotta know that's a miscarriage is traumatizing, and I done had plenty of them. They hurt. They hurt, especially when that month come, that year come around. They hurt like it happened yesterday. So,
but how many of your miscarriages did you continue on and say that you were still pregnant?
I never continued, but I have had one where I ain't even talked to the guy. Like we was on bad terms, how they were, and I didn't talk to him. I dealt with it, but I dealt with my sisters. And whenever he decide to say something through a text, because he got out his feelings, I was like, well, hey, I done lost the baby back in whatever month it was. I didn't continue saying, oh, I'm pregnant. We just wasn't talking.
So okay.
I mean, I can get the bad turn part, but no, I didn't continue saying I was pregnant. I used my family to deal with it, and I just wasn't talking to him. Like we wasn't talking. It was real bad. We wasn't talking at all. And I just didn't even want to deal with it no more, because when you done dealt with stuff with somebody with especially the same thing over and over and over, and when you done, you done. And at that point, I was done. Like done till today, done. And it was just like, it was some bitter grief, but it was all worked out for the best because I'm not attached to that person today. But it still
Okay.
hurt having a miscarriage. But
All right. Well, thank you, GP. Right. I have another question. How many months in were you when you had the miscarriage?
3.
Oh, you were 3 months in?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go to Yusuf. Chrissy, it says that your device is not connected, so go out and come back. And then we're gonna be wrapping soon. Yusuf, go ahead.
Yes. Hey, Nick. Hey, shout out to the Night Owls and hello to the guests. This is a very good topic because this is based on real life events and it does happen. And so I do want to say, Raya, first off, sorry for your loss. Just on a human level, as a woman and as a mother, and as a person, I'm really sorry for your loss or whatever. And thank you for taking accountability and opening the discussion for people to ask you questions. Nobody's trying to bash you when they're asking certain questions. It's just kind of weird because people don't know you, but they do have real life experiences that you're actually helping. And like everybody said, getting help is a good idea mentally. It might not feel like something's wrong, but sometimes we do things as a trauma response. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of layers to that. And so with new life and a relationship, that could be hard. So look into that. Also, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. What was the biggest thing that you learned from this?
Tell the truth. No matter how hard it is, tell the truth in the beginning. Don't wait. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till the next day. Tell the truth immediately.
Absolutely. And you say that you the reason why you chose not to be truthful was because you feared his response and losing him. Was that correct?
I didn't say I feared losing him. No. His response,
Okay.
yes, but losing him, no.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you for that. Last question. Did you find yourself like you're growing while you were pregnant? Because I know some girls that lied about pregnancies and they lied so much that their stomach even started getting bigger like a pregnancy.
Yes, I did grow.
That's a real disorder. See, that's a real
I did grow.
diagnosis.
People are saying that I just look fat in the baby shower pictures, but I was never that fat. I grew.
When you were going to the doctor's appointments that you were going in the back and they had to stay in the front, what were all those doctor's appointments?
I was going to get counseling. There's a counselor of Howard that I was going to see.
But
So that was a part of the lie too, right?
No, I was really getting counseling, but they thought I was going to the appointments for the baby.
Right.
But wouldn't counseling be in a behavioral health part of it?
What did you say?
I said, wouldn't counseling be in a different area, like a behavioral health part, not a OBG?
Yeah, it was upstairs, but he didn't come in the hospital, so he didn't know where I was going.
Oh, he just stayed outside?
He was sitting outside.
Oh, okay. Kay Bonita?
Hi.
Hi. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, you can hear me. So first, I want to just echo some of the things that people had previously said as far as, sending their condolences, to you for your losses, as well as also echoing saying that you do need to go ahead and get some counseling for that. Because while I understand from personal experience of, having miscarried a child, the stress and how painful that is, to drag somebody else through your pain it's uncalled for. That is something that you do need to deal with, and you can't necessarily bring somebody along that with you. I off the bat knew that you were fairly young. It had nothing to do with your voice, but because of how you handled that situation. And that's not to bash you. I'm trying to come at you as a sister. You can't do that. And I hope you never do that again. What you did showed it was presented almost like a child. A child would go ahead and say, you know what, I have the secret. I'm not going to tell this person, regardless of what that reason was, whether that was to keep him there, whether that was to not have to really deal with your feelings or emotions. You still didn't give him the opportunity to handle his side of things, handle his emotions, process any of that. What you did was trapped him in a situation where both of y'all needed to walk away from. Once that child was no longer there, you had no ties to him, and you needed to leave that. Because in turn, what you end up doing for the next woman he might be with is you have now made it so that he's going to off the bat be like, you know what, we need a DNA test because the last girl lied to me. I don't even know if this child is mine. And I know that because somebody like you had done this to my child's father, and I got the next round of it when I was faithful, did everything that I needed to do. So this isn't to attack you or hurt you, but it's to say you do need to fix that and never do it again. Thank you, Meek.
All right. Thank you, Kay Bonita. We'll take 2 more and then we'll wrap. And we'll let Yusuf close out. Tangi?
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
Hi. So, when you faked this pregnancy, were you in your mind? Were you feeling pregnant yourself?
I didn't feel pregnant. Like, it doesn't, like, after it was gone, like, I still felt like I was pregnant for, like, the next month or 2. But after that, that feeling went away, which was hurtful, too, because why do I still feel this way? But after that, that feeling went
And you were
away.
just scared. I kind of understand you. Like, I had an aunt, and she had a hysterical, they called it a hysterical pregnancy. That's what she was diagnosed with. And she started having symptoms just like she was pregnant. And she can't have children, come to find out. They ended up adopting years later.
Well, it
But
doesn't sound like she was going through the motions of this pregnancy, like faking it throughout. She said that she hadn't talked to him for months. So she only picked back up the thing like within the last month, right, Raya?
No, everybody else still thought I didn't tell anyone until I told him. He was the first I came out to and told.
Oh, okay.
So nobody knew.
So the people in your family
so the
thought that
thing
you were
was
pregnant
they
that
took
whole
him back
time?
in the room. Was that true?
Yes, they took him back in the room. We all sat at the table and talked about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you'll learn from it. A lot of young girls do that usually, and teenagers, but I'm pretty sure you'll learn from it.
All
Sorry
right.
that happened to
Thank you,
y'all.
Tangi.
Bye.
All right. Beauty and Me.
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
This is all I have to say. Jail, false pretenses, lawsuit, and nobody needs to feel sorry for her. Because if a man would have done this, he would be crucified. So people need to give her the same type of attention and the same type of everything that they would give a man. You do not walk around for 9 months deceiving anybody. Jail, lawsuit, the end. She's grown. She's real grown. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Nick.
Speaking of lawsuit, Raya, you said that you were gonna sue his family.
I said that.
I think the girl has showed some message where it said, what is it? Hold on.
I said I was gonna have the stuff that they posted about me removed because I didn't consent for her to post my picture.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. All right, Yusuf. If you want to ask any, I'll let you close out, and we're gonna wrap.
Thank you, Boo. I really appreciate it. I just had this last 2 questions. And again, it's not, and pay attention. Everybody else on the outside, because y'all be all surrounded, ready to hold a woman accountable when she's openly and honestly admitting to doing something wrong. But y'all can't never come around these dusties, and it be the same women in there trying to shelter them from accountability. So do the same accountability circle when it's these dusties who don't be there anyway. Now, I do got this question, though. Was there any infidelity in your relationship or physical abuse?
Physical abuse? No.
Okay.
Maybe
who
a little.
Cheated on who?
You said who cheated on who?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody cheated. What?
Was there any infidelity?
No.
Okay.
That wasn't the case.
Okay. Okay. And
I
then
want to know what happened with the hammer.
She already talked about that a little bit, I think.
And
Well, the
wait
other
a
thing was there a goal to go viral? Did you expect this to hit the internet?
No, I didn't expect it to get. After me and him had a conversation, I'm thinking it's me and him. He gonna be upset. He gonna be hurt. He never gonna
Mhm.
talk to me again. But I never thought it was going to get to this.
Always consider that, because that's what people do. They drag you on social media. Well, y'all have a great day. Peace out, Neek and Neek at night and all the night owls. Thank you, Raya, for your grace. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Raya, is there anything that you want to let the people know in closing?
I own 100% accountability for being wrong. Is no reason to carry that on. Yes, I was hurt and I was traumatized and I was facing my own mental state. But at the same time, in the process, I have destroyed someone else's mental state. So my advice to other women who's thinking about doing this or who's getting ideas, don't do it. It's not worth it. Just don't do it. Just tell the truth up front. If you face a miscarriage and you feel like you can't talk to him, doctors will help you talk to him. Now that I know that, I'm okay with that. Like at first, I didn't think when it first happened, I didn't think I had nobody to support me in talking to him either. The doctor helped me talk to him. She helped me explain it to him. It's people out here that'll help you have a conversation with someone that you feel like you can't have a conversation with.
Okay. Yeah, it just sounds like I think the reason why the reoccurring thing of abuse keeps going on is because or people keeps thinking that like that was a part of the dynamic is because how
I
some of the
never
story was
said I
shaped.
was scared of him. They're saying it like I said I was scared. I said I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Never said I was scared of him. I'm not. No, that's not the case.
That's kind of
He's
what
not.
people like got gathered like okay, well,
He's not
did she think he
abusive.
was going to
I
beat
was the
her or
one with the
something?
hammer. He's not the one. He's not abusive at all.
Okay, it was you that was turned up. Rah rah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to speak to the hammer again? They keep putting the hammer in the chat. Want to know that some of the people just came in. They didn't
Me and
hear.
him got into a heated argument on. I forgot what night. It was like a Sunday night, Monday morning-ish, because it was like 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I came to his house and I threatened to bust his windows. He came outside. We got into a heated argument on his porch where he pulled me off his porch and his niece tried to pull him off me. And we all fell on the ground. But he didn't like hit me. He just pulled my jacket trying to pull me off the porch. Because, I mean, somebody comes to your house with a hammer, you're going to be on the same thing too. Like, girl, go home.
What was he like not answering your call or he said something mean? Like, why did you want to bust his windows
He
out?
say spiteful stuff when he got an attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things you just don't say to people, and I don't really want to repeat it.
Oh,
But
he
he
said
says,
something that was kind of below the belt.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Last question, and then I'll let you go. The people want to know, if you had when you had a miscarriage, did you have a DNC?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well,
Nobody
that's
was there with you when you had that DNC
My
because when
sister.
I
My sister that's right here was.
but you just said earlier that you had the
I had
miscarriage.
to deal with it by myself. Like the pain, I didn't talk to her about it. She doesn't live with me. So, like, when I was in the house going through this, I was going through it by myself.
okay. Is there anything your sister wants to say in closing? I know she was kind of turned up. Does she want to say
No,
anything?
I don't think she wants to talk. No.
No, she good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, she's okay. She doesn't need to talk.
All right. Well, thank you,
Okay.
Raya, for coming up. Hopefully other girls who are in the situation, they can see how the outcome is. They can see how much, heat that you got and think twice to, do it and maybe take your advice. So thank you for coming up.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening.
All righty.